Okay, good. We are live with Tyler. Hi, Tyler.
Hey, Million.
Do you do you see the chart?
I do.
Okay, so you see the Venus Saturn square.
Nope.
All right, let's get into it. What is the association you make with Venus?
I'd say like pleasure, love, uh, financial security, maybe. Um, I, man,
All
I'd
right, let's
say
go with pleasure.
be- because of the Libra part, fairness, maybe.
Okay, we can just work with one of those concepts and just
Okay.
kind of evolve it. So, let's go with pleasure since that's the first one that you chose. So, what are some things that you do for pleasure? What is your relationship to the question of pleasure?
For me, sometimes I feel like I can't really enjoy the pleasures of life without worrying if I'm doing too much or it's hard to explain sometimes.
Can you maybe give an example? Like, just talk about a real situation.
Um, I would say that one thing that I've really done before is just I've gone. I'm trying to explain it to you as best as I can. Um, I would say that um, I just it's hard for me to let myself have fun. And one of those examples would be just one of them is that some recently would have to be scheduling a hospital appointment on my birthday because I've been wanting that day off from college for from work, but yet I'm still conflicted on whether to go to work that day and just not have any fun at all because I would miss 3 hours of work.
For what? For the hospital visit.
It would be a new patient checkup.
Uh-huh. Okay. And you would miss work to go, and you have fun at work. Is it?
I I do have fun at work sometimes, but I honestly would I've been wanting that day off, but I'm trying to talk to my supervisor about it.
Okay. You know, the 12th house is the house of rest. So it's when you take
Oh,
vacation, when you take a day off, and you get to spend some time for yourself, yeah? So there's Venus in
yep.
the 12th, right? And
And
there's the square with Saturn that you're not too sure whether you should take a day off from school, the ninth house. So where does
yeah,
the college fit into all this? You're in school actively, is it?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
How is it for you? Do you enjoy school? Do you have friends at school? Is the material easy? Do you enjoy learning? Do you feel alone? What's it like for you there?
I do love learning. I've got some good friends. I have some great professors and mentors. Um, but sometimes I do feel alone. Like even though I have a lot of good friends, I feel like I feel lonely a lot of the time.
Okay, do you feel like you can't access intimacy?
Not as much now, but in the past, yes.
Okay. Um, I want to hear more about then. There's another subject coming to mind. Is your family, do they have particularly strong beliefs about something?
They're very Christian.
Yes.
Uh,
Okay.
yes. And over the years, I started questioning Christianity because of how I was raised.
Okay, I'm starting to hear the ninth and the 12th house. Can you give some more context?
Yeah, well, I was raised in an abusive household, which is something I don't really tell anyone that much. And I was raised Christian too, but as I got older, I was discovering my sexuality around like 12 or 13. I was figuring out that I was gay, but after that, I thought I could tell one of my parents in confidence about it, but he ended up telling the whole family, and I got Bible bashed almost every day after that. And they were saying that being gay is wrong and using everything they can to justify their dislike of gay people. And that kind of over that accumulating over the years kind of made me question Christianity as a whole. I was like, if this is how Christianity's supposed to be, I don't want to be part of it.
Hmm. Okay. Do you see the Venus Saturn square?
Yep,
Right, your attraction, your sexuality, Venus in Cancer, and getting
yep,
Bible thumped for it nonstop. Saturn in the ninth house,
yep,
specifically from people in your family, Cancer, who are outcasting you for being gay, 12th house.
yep.
Okay. This is making me think about your Saturn return as well, even though we're not really talking about that, but just it's relevant, right? Because you're going through that right now. And so questioning Christianity and whether you want to remain a part of that. Is that right?
Yes, a friend has brought me back to church, but I'm just feel like I wouldn't say I'm necessarily a Christian now, but I feel like there's a higher being at play in some way.
Okay. What's it like growing up Christian? Is there certain things expected of you? Do you fulfill those requirements to satisfaction?
Honestly, no.
Okay, so your family's like devoutly religious. I guess your mom as well.
My mom, she was when she was younger, but she passed away a couple of years ago, and that
Uh-huh.
and that kind of brought me to isolating myself.
Okay, now there's something more coming. Because Venus is someone you really care about as well, right? In Cancer, the
Mm-hmm.
mom, and in the 12th house,
Yeah.
she's absent. She's died early, so you don't have access to her, even though you love her. Okay,
Yeah.
so how did that lead you to self-isolating?
Well, it just like after she passed away, I did go up and meet the people who were still taking care of her when she passed away. But after that, I just started isolating myself from the world and wanting more time alone. and I would cry a
Mhm.
lot too.
And you cried a lot.
Yeah,
Okay. Are you starting to feel the 12th house? Being alone,
yeah.
isolating, enjoying your time alone, preferring to be alone, Venus? That's what you enjoy?
Yeah, I do like my time alone sometimes.
And did you isolate also because of the church and the beliefs that other people in your life had towards you?
Yes. I would literally just lock myself up in my room and not want to come out to talk to my family.
Uh-huh. Okay, do you feel the square in that?
Yes.
Okay, what is your family arrangement at present?
Well, I'm in contact with a few of my family members, like my dad, my stepmom, um, my youngest aunt, and a younger cousin. And right now, I'm actually in contact with a couple of distant cousins up here around New Jersey and New York, but they're on my mom's side of the family.
Okay, distant cousins, 12th house Cancer. So distant tells me you didn't get to know them much before.
I didn't get to know them at all.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so there's the Venus Saturn square again. Right, Venus in the 12th Cancer, there's people in your family that you never got to know, but now during the Saturn return, you're introducing to each other finally.
yeah.
Okay. What do you do for work?
I work with a at the Office of Student Life at college, and it's basically a mix of customer service, administrative work, and event planning. And we also like oversee all the clubs at the school.
Oh, okay. And what is your particular role in that?
Well, I do like administrative work. Basically, I do answer phone calls when they come in, and I pretty much tell other students about the clubs on campus.
Uh-huh. Okay. There I'm feeling the Saturn in the ninth, that you're like working in admin at the school. And I'm feeling the Venus because you're introducing people to fun things that they can do.
Yep. And it's interesting because I run one of those clubs myself.
Okay. Which club?
It's called La Familia. It's Italian for family. And I felt like it was very appropriate for a club on campus because it not only talks about the Italian culture, cuisine, and architecture and stuff like that. I want it to feel like a community space on campus.
Okay, do you feel the Venus in Cancer?
Yes, very much so.
Okay, why Italy? Why Italian cuisine and culture? Where does that come from?
From the Italian heritage that I have. I found out about it sometime in 2024, but I've gotten into genealogy and I found out that I've got Italian ancestors from Sicily, Piedmont, and Liguria and Lombardy. And I've also got Italian family up here.
Okay, do you hear the Cancer in that? Heritage,
Yes,
Italy. And,
yes.
and again, the 12th house because you didn't know about your heritage for until 2024. It's a long time until you finally found. By the way, what's interesting is that Jupiter has been transiting Cancer over the past
Oh,
year.
yes, in my
And
12th
there,
house.
yeah, And there I also feel like the discovery of your heritage in Italy. Okay. Okay, so you have the La Familia Club. Do you meet frequently?
Um, this past semester we met once every 2 weeks for about an hour since I pretty much reestablished it so it was kind of new.
Mhm.
But starting in the fall, I want it to be more engaging, fun, and welcoming.
Okay, what would you like to do?
One thing I'm wanting to do is host an Italian music event with the music club at college. And I want it to be not only just like music from Italy, I want it to include music from Italian artists here in the US, like Frank Sinatra, Tony Bennett, Lady Gaga, Gwen Stefani, Madonna, Bruce Springsteen.
Okay, I'm feeling the Saturn because these are all kind of elder, like classical almost musicians.
That's true. That's true.
So that makes me think about the Venus Saturn, yeah, not being too much into like modernity, let's say.
Yeah, I'm more like um I do like some of the music now, but I prefer music like from the 90s up until like the 2010s, if that makes sense.
Okay. What is spending like for you?
I'm not the best at saving my money, but that's something I'm having to learn now.
Okay, so you're burning up. Can you say more about that?
Yeah, like the money I get paid from college, sometimes I'll burn it on food and like eating out when I should be like going to the store and getting stuff to last me for a while.
Hmm. So do you spend through your money too quickly?
Yes, that's what I did last week actually.
So then what? Once you don't have enough, or do you have enough money, or how do you manage with that situation?
Uh, I had to use the little money I had left explicitly on the public transit to get to and from school.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm hearing the Saturn in the ninth, right? You have to get to school. The transit would be Aries, making sure to
Yep.
get there. Okay, and you're having to save your last money, Venus. Okay. The thing about spending too fast, I'm feeling the cardinal signs, especially Aries, like impulsive spending, right? You feel like buying it now. It seems like it's going to be tasty or comfort you, so you just go for it. And then afterwards, like struggling with yourself, why did I buy that? I didn't need that. I should be saving money, having those kinds of conversations internally. Is that how it is?
Yes, that's exactly how it is. Uh,
Okay. What is that something that is like active? Like it's oftentimes you feel that way, like you spend too much, you don't have enough, or you should work more.
yep, that's pretty much how I feel internally.
Do you have help?
Sometimes I do. Other times I have to like
Why sometimes? Why?
well, my dad helps me when he can, but when he's not able to, he I just have to struggle on my own basically.
So can you give an
And
example of one time that's happened?
um one time I did need a little money. I think it was like a couple weeks ago or last week. I had to get some money for eye drops because something was wrong with my eye at the time. And I ended up getting some food and a drink too when I should have been saving that for the bus. And then after the fact, I was like, damn it. I was like kind of, how do I explain it? I was just like, why did you do that when you could have saved that money to get on the bus?
Hmm. Do you feel a Venus Saturn square in that experience?
Yes.
But also notice where the story began. It was the eye drops cancer.
Yep.
What do you do for fun?
Um, I like to ride around. I like to spend time with my romantic partner when we're both not so busy. I and recently I've been picking up learning Italian and Spanish again.
Okay, you hear the ninth house and the cancer in
Yep.
that, right?
Yep.
Okay. But it didn't come to you until later in life, I guess, right? To study those languages? Like just until
Well,
now, I should say, during your Saturn return.
I did start learning them when back in 2011, 2012, but because school kept me busy and I was having a hard home life, I stopped learning them until now. Yeah.
Yeah, there's the Saturn return in the ninth, square Venus in Cancer. Yeah, connecting with your roots, but it's like a longer journey to get there. Saturn
Yep.
ninth, Venus Cancer 12th. Okay. Okay, you said you had a hard time at home. Can you just paint like a picture of some of the circumstances that were happening?
Well, one of them was kind of being transitioned out of my dad and stepmom's place at the time into my grandparents' house. And my I just felt very isolated at home because that's also when the Bible bashing went on because of my dad.
So he would beat you over the head with it that being
Mm,
gay is wrong and you shouldn't, and you should go to conversion
yep.
therapy and you should stop and it's not normal and you should have children and whatever.
He didn't say the conversion therapy part, thank goodness, but he did say everything else.
Uh-huh. And again, so it was constant. They were berating you like nonstop.
Yep, and it pretty much made me question Christianity, and I still do now. And I'm just like, is this really what I want for myself?
Okay. So do you see the that like everything that we've talked about, does it kind of help you get deeper into that aspect?
It does.
All right, try to notice it in one more place. Just search your mind for Venus Saturn.
Okay, I was trying to escape an abusive situation uh, about 3, 4 years ago. My mom was with an abusive guy then. Every time he would drink, he would start fights with her. He would start fights with me, and I had enough. And it got to the point to where I needed to leave. My mom was wanting me to take her with me, like she did most of the times that I left to go somewhere. And I told her I didn't want her. I told her that um, I just wanted to go on my own. I didn't want to stay there anymore.
Hmm. Okay, that's very Venus Saturn. And also the 12th house, right? Leaving your mom
Yep.
behind, running away from home, needing to find secure shelter
Yep.
elsewhere, and therefore having
Hmm.
to leave her behind no matter how hard it is because you're tired of the fighting and the berating constantly,
Yep.
Aries. Okay, yeah, your mom being under assault all the time from someone that's, I guess, controlling her
Yeah.
also, and you being helpless.
Yeah. She was dealing with verbal and emotional assault like I was.
Hmm.
And it got to the point to where I almost physically fought the guy. I was about to deck him in his face, but I didn't. And I had to show a huge level of self restraint.
Uh-huh, Venus Saturn.
Yep. And after that, like, my mom was crying and yelling at me when I wanted to leave. And she was like, "Why don't you take me with you? I hate it here too." And that almost guilt tripped me into staying, but I did end up leaving.
Wow. And where did you go? How did you leave?
I had a car at the time, and I was going to Louisiana.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
A place of water as well, Louisiana,
Yep.
right? And who were you going to go there to?
To stay with a friend.
And how'd that work out?
Not the best. And after that little incident with my friend, I had to, I went to a homeless shelter. And my car got towed because my battery went completely out on it.
Okay, a lot of Cancer 12th house stuff, right?
Hmm.
Did you have to rely on your car to escape several times? I'm feeling the Aries.
Yes, I did.
Okay, like having to leave suddenly, even though it's hard, but you have to just make the
Yep.
break.
Yep.
Okay, because the relationship to the people close to you is not going well. It's too much fighting again and again. Not safe.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, I have to stop just because I have another appointment, but it's really interesting, right? Once you get into the aspects and you see just how much you can keep going.
Exactly. And I mean, it's all getting better now. I have a better relationship with the family that I am talking to. and I've made some really great friends here in New Jersey. I have a romantic partner now.
I feel the Jupiter transit to your Venus over the past year. That all of
Yes.
those things like are improving during that period. Okay,
Hmm.
great. Okay. Let me just stop recording here. So Tyler and I are signing out.